Leonardo da Vinci, the greatest painter ever walked on this earth, was an Italian polymath, Renaissance artist. Born in 15 April 1452 in Italy, he passed away on 1st May 1519 in France. Leonardo da Vinci was remembered for his two works of art, the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper. Leonardo da Vinci said, "Painting is poetry that is seen rather than felt." And poetry is painting that is felt rather than seen. Leonardo da Vinci, according to Guinness Book of World Records, his painting the Mona Lisa was listed as the highest ever insured painting in the whole world, assessed in 1962 for $100 million, now stands at $850 million to $1,000 million, very close to 1 lakh crore Indian rupees. A seed which is planted 500 years back is worth a lot. Leonardo da Vinci said, "Painting is poetry that is seen rather than felt." Painting is poetry. The painting, you have to have a deep, intimate relationship with nature, a deep, intimate relationship with your subjects, with your wife and your husband, with the children, with the family, with the joint family, and the family tree, and the work what you are doing, the yin and the yang, positive, negative, critical. In that, the painting, when you draw a painting, it is poetry because there's a story in it, there's a love. The painting is not a scolding, it's a poetry inside, a love relationship inside. That's what it's saying. It can be seen. That painting to be seen, you have to have that observation power to penetrate. It takes you deep inside, and you become the painting that is seen rather than felt. Painting is seen. That deep is the feeling, that observation. Become a psychologist, psychiatrist, and that is very close to the Japanese kids. Everything they draw, every action, all these are actions. They hardly speak, they show actions. And when they draw a letter, they make sure it is all like the smiley, right is a smile, and the tears falling down and everything. Through that we understand that painting penetrates the poetry inside. It's very close to the Japanese ikebana. When the husband comes, he looks at the arrangement of the flower. He knows if the wife is sick or not. If the flower's arrangement says she is sick, then he shuts his mouth, silently goes, he makes his own hot water bath. He takes his bath, he silently goes outside, he eats his food and brings a packet for her also. But when you see the flower is good, there's a joy in the house, he knows the hot water is ready, he takes a bath, he comes, and he has got a good food. And he knows, looking at the flower, whether he can make friendship and love on that particular day. Painting is poetry that is seen rather than felt. Painting is poetry. When you retire at the age of 60, you go to your family tree. If you not create a family tree, now you can create. You all lived in the pigeonhole. Now the Karnataka government said you can buy the farmland, rush up and buy. You will not create a family tree. That family tree can be a quarter acre, half an acre, 100 acre, 1,000 acres, never mind. When you're 60, you go to your family, not to the old age home, not staying with your wife or the children. Children are all in foreign, alone in the house. Go to your family tree and you start with the age 1. Yes, you start like a baby in that family tree. You run into the land, into the sand, you jump into the pond, you splash water into the wife, into your family relatives, go to the garden, climb the tree. Wow, that pain. And then you work very, very hard. Painting is poetry. And when you paint means you work very hard, you work like a 1,000-man warrior, and then the sweat comes out of the body. You can feel the taste of the salt coming. The body gets cooked up so powerfully. You do not have to force anybody. The people around you who was watching, they absorb and they get absorbed. And then it happens. That is the painting. That everything, every love what you created becomes a poetry for them, a deep-rooted philosophy for them. And then you paint, the painting stays in you can show your children your father's painting, grandfather's painting in that family tree house. Such a beautiful. Then you get intimate relationship. You start painting in the sun, you start painting the wind, the rainwater, the rain which is splashing down, and the sun. And what you have taken, the solar panel, sun and the solar panel makes a love relationship becomes so beautiful. Yes, that is a beautiful painting. It creates a new birth. And then the rain, when it comes, you create the rainwater harvesting. The groundwater is recharged. You draw a painting, and that painting stays years, thousands of years. Yes, it's so powerful. Leonardo, the painting was sold for 1 lakh crore. You put the seed now for 500 years. You can see that painting has got value. The painting of your drawing and the painting of your hard labor. 1 year on you start and you stay in that family tree for another 60 years without expecting anything. No. Poetry. And poetry is painting that is felt rather than seen. Poetry is painting. Poetry is painting. Everything comes out from your mouth. It's a gospel of truth. If the juniors understand, children understand, and the students understand, then it is a love relationship. They open the heart so beautifully. Poetry is painting. They can paint such a beautiful thing, an imagination which every cell in the brain starts working out. Poetry is painting. And when you go after your retirement to your family tree, you draw your poetry, you write literature. And Indus Valley civilization, nothing was in written form. Greek civilization, everything was in written form. It stays. And then the children comes during the festival time to your family tree. Your family tree has got 200 people, 800 people, 1,000 people. They come visiting. You jump and dance. And in the family tree, in that tradition of your painting and poetry, painting is poetry. And poetry is painting. Poetry. It is seen and it is felt. It is felt and it is seen. The yin and the yang, positive and negative. So painting and poetry together is very important. And when the children comes to your house, do not expect anything. You jump and dance. And in that family tree land, you can see the song is going on, the Carnatic music, Hindustani pop music on one side, the dance, the Bharatanatyam, the Kuchipudi, whatever it is, that is going on. Poetry is going on, literature is going on, the song and the dance and the swimming and the play. From your 60th age, a new world has grown. That is very close to God. That is what Leonardo da Vinci was telling. Painting is poetry that is seen rather than felt. And poetry is painting that is felt rather than seen. This is my 69th short discourse. God bless.